Mr. Casey, like a lot of our cooperators here in Blanco County, he has just a tremendous love of the land and his wildlife, and this is demonstrated in the way that he manages his property.
Mr. Casey has been a friend of our board for many years. His grandfather served as president of our board, and he remembers coming to meetings with him as a child.
You know, people have asked me about the ranch, and basically we raise cattle, but you can't raise cattle without grass. So I'm really a grass manager. Well, it turns out 40 years ago, my father had read that Klein grass didn't take as much fertilizer as coastal. So we tried it, and we've had it for 40 years, and it can handle some fairly intense grazing if you manage it, and always let it go to seed once. And what it does is it takes the pressure off of the native grasses and let them go to seed. And part of my rotation, I'll graze the Klein grass as much as possible.
Mr. Casey really knows how to implement his rotational grazing. He doesn't operate off a set schedule, but instead looks at the actual conditions of the rangeland and rotates his cattle based off of what he sees and observes out on the range.
He is a dedicated conservationist and continues to be a mentor to other ranchers in our county.
Well, we started out years ago when my granddad had goats, and we had very little brush. And then we had a little bit of cedar growing up, and I realized there was income potential with deer hunting. And then I realized you can't have a little bit of cedar. Pretty soon you got a cedar break. You can maintain a 4-acre patch of cedar for the deer to bed down in, or a strip for them to travel in, but you cannot have a few cedars, but pretty soon you're going to have solid. Then after you fight the cedar, you got all the other brush to deal with, baccaras, and it's a never-ending battle. It's a lifetime commitment. Deer hunting is a significant part of our income because this ranch is maintained self-sufficient. All the improvements are off of the income, and we actually probably make more net income off of the deer hunting than we do off of the cattle. And to me, wildlife is more than deer. It's all of God's critters. I'm also a bird watcher that out of curiosity, what was this? And I've identified 188 species on the ranch. And I found that wildlife prefers native stuff, not the introduced species.
Mr. Casey and his family have been great cooperators. Going back to his grandfather, Victor Winmus, who became a cooperator in 1949. And Don Casey has been a cooperator for 38 years. Just here in the last year, we've updated Don's conservation plan, and Don's just been doing a tremendous job of conservation on the ranch.
Over the years, I really do appreciate the technical support I've gotten from CA and the whole group over there. For the Aggies that might be around, I did go to UT as an engineer, but you combine that with all of the seminars I've been to, so it's been a great learning experience, and the help is just fantastic. This ranch has been in the family basically forever. I grew up following my granddad as a kid. I really, really want to keep the ranch going. I've had people tell me you can't manage from the grave, but I'm going to try. The ranch is my life. I didn't retire. I quit corporate America when I was 50 and lived off the land ever since. Not overly rich, but very happy.